Well, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to bring just a quick update on this coastal storm that we have coming our way. Here's the bottom line. It's not going to be that much. We are going to see some rain. We are going to see some locally heavy rain at times, up to maybe an inch to two, maybe three in some spots, but this is not a huge deal. This is not going to be a tropical storm likely. This is not going to be a huge wind potential. We could see some gusts up to about 20 to 30 miles an hour at times, but overall, this is not going to be a huge deal with the storm. So I don't want anyone to start jumping on any trains that you see on social media that are saying this is going to be the worst storm ever, just the hype and the fear mongers. I don't want you to jump on board with that. I just want to let you know that this isn't going to be a big deal. It's just a rainstorm coming our way. So I wanted to hop in and if anyone has any questions, answer any questions that you might have. So let's switch over here real quick. So here's what we have going on. We have some rain working in tomorrow as that coastal low works up the coast. So it's about a 70% chance of rain for tomorrow and Thursday, mainly for the PD and low country. The Midlands will tap in on some of that rain, but definitely not as much as what you will see down in like Myrtle Beach, Charleston, or anywhere along the coastal areas. The further inland you go, I think the less rain you will see. So this is mainly a Wednesday into Thursday event. Friday, we could see a few lingering showers as that coastal low pulls away, but I'm thinking that most of the rain from that storm in particular is out of here, and the rain that we see Friday, Saturday, and beyond that is mainly going to be from some afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and then it looks like we do have another little system which will work in by the second half of the weekend and into next work week, bringing us some better chances of seeing some rain and storms. So as far as this system is concerned, it's right now bringing rain to Florida and parts of Georgia, but as we head into tomorrow, that low is going to start to work up the coast, and it's really not even a low pressure center. It's kind of just a cluster of moisture along a short wave trough. It's trying to get more of a closed low kind of thing. That's why it is tagged for possible tropical development, but I don't think it's going to turn into anything because by time, if it does even turn into a closed low, it doesn't look like it's going to possess those tropical characteristics or it's going to be over land. So this is not really looking like a tropical system per se. This is looking like a coastal low bringing some rain. So you notice by Wednesday afternoon, some of those heavier pockets of rain start to work in from the south. So from Hilton Head Island up to Charleston, those will be the first areas to see the heaviest rainfall, even stretching inland into parts of Hampton, Allendale, Barnwell, Bamberg, Orangeburg counties, Berkeley counties. They will start to pick up on some of that heavier rain by Wednesday afternoon. As we head into late Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, some of that moisture starts to work further up the coast. So Georgetown, Horry, Marion, Florence, Dillon, all those counties start to pick up on some of that moisture. But something I do want to show you is we have this high pressure that is sitting off the coast of the Outer Banks, and as that low moves in, it's going to transport that moisture off of the Atlantic Ocean because high pressure circulating clockwise, low pressure counterclockwise, so that flow is just coming onshore, so it's pushing all of that moisture off of the Atlantic. So that's what's inflating our rainfall amounts. If that high wasn't there, I think our rainfall amounts would be a little bit lower than what we are expecting right now, but since we do have that high pressure influence up to our north and to the east, that is going to help transport that moisture into the area, ultimately helping inflate some of our rainfall totals near the coast. So here we are Wednesday evening. That continues to work through into early Thursday morning. It looks like we do get a bit of a break sometime early Thursday morning within some of the pockets of rain, but as we head into Thursday afternoon, we get our next surge of moisture bringing some more rainfall mainly to the coast. Parts of the Midlands and into the upstate could pick up on some of that rain as well, but definitely not nearly as much as what we will see along the coastal areas. So heading into Thursday night, this particular model wants to close that low over land, which would not be tropical whatsoever, but I don't even know if this is going to actually form a closed low. If it does, it'll likely be offshore, but either way, that really doesn't matter. We are going to see that rain Wednesday into Thursday, and then by Friday, it is going to start to work out of here, and we will see some residual moisture from that system in particular, but I think the majority of the activity on Friday is going to be afternoon showers and thunderstorms, pretty typical for this time of the year, because we will start to warm back up into the upper 80s and low 90s, so that is going to help bring in some of those afternoon rain and storms. But you notice that system that is just off to our west, that will start to work in as we get towards the second half of the weekend, bringing us some better chances of rain and thunderstorms, because I think we will tap into some of that moisture as we head towards Sunday and beyond. But here's from the Weather Prediction Center. This is our chance of seeing excessive rainfall. So it's a 1 through 4 category. Right now we have that level 1 out of 4 risk of seeing some of those isolated flash flood areas, mainly for some of those spots in our, like Charleston, that floods really easily. So mainly those are going to be the areas to watch for flash flooding. But if we do get a cell or a couple of cells that train over an area for a long period of time, bringing heavy rain, then we could see some more possible flash flooding. But this is really not going to be a widespread flash flood concern, but definitely something that we do have to keep an eye on Wednesday. And we also have another risk of seeing flash flooding as we head into Thursday. So overall, rainfall amounts looking to be about a ½ an inch for the upstate, and then as you get closer to the coast, those amounts go up. So for the Midlands, anywhere between about 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches or so. Then as we get into the PD and low country, the inland areas could see about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and then down the coast, the immediate coastline, maybe 2.5 to 3 inches on the higher end. I honestly think that this is overdoing it a little bit. I don't think that we're going to see those high amounts widespread of 3 inches, but I'm thinking more so like 1.5 inches to 2 inches for most of us, with those isolated amounts 3 to maybe 4 inches. So that's what I have in terms of this storm. That's all I want to highlight in this video. This is not going to be an extended forecast. I really just wanted to bring an update on the rain coming our way. And let's see if we have any questions here. Not seeing a lot of questions. Any tornadoes? Not expecting any tornadoes. I don't think that this is going to be a severe weather event. We could see a couple of embedded thunderstorms within this coastal low as it works in, but I don't think we're going to see any severe weather per se out of this. Maybe the typical 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts within some of those cells, but not much in the way of severe weather. Will this get rid of the smoke out of Canada? Yes. So the ridge that we have building in right now, which is what's keeping us warm and dry yesterday and today, it's continuing to briefly build in before this coastal low works through. That's helping push the smoke off to the north, so people across the mid-Atlantic and into New England are starting to see some of the impacts from that smoke, and it is clearing out here. You might have noticed that the skies got a little bit bluer today as that smoke did work out, but definitely as this rain works in, that will help push that smoke out of here. So I think the Canadian wildfire smoke will be out of here as we head into tomorrow afternoon and Thursday. Not saying that we won't get some more, but definitely the pattern is breaking so that smoke isn't just getting trapped down here. It's actually starting to work out of here. So that's something that we have to continue to watch as we head after the system works through. I think with all the rain that we're going to see after this system works through, that should help keep us mostly clear of the smoke, but that's still something that we have to watch as that smoke continues to come down out of Canada. But as far as any questions, comments, that's all I'm seeing. Oh, there's Andrew. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? I'll be in Myrtle Beach next week, so maybe I'll stop by and see you. Just wanted to let you know that. But all right, that's all I got for you tonight. I will leave you with a still shot of this expected rainfall amounts. Like I said, we're not expecting widespread amounts up to 3 inches. I don't even think all of the coastal areas are going to see 3 inches, but definitely 1.5 inches to 2 inches is looking like the most likely scenario with those locally higher amounts. So I'll leave you with this. I'll bring another update tomorrow as that coastal low starts to work up the coast. So that's all I got for you. Have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.